with harp. And it was probably because I wanted that song and there wasn't a version of it with English bells.
So what are the three?
Well, there's really kind of
English
four.
bells.
There's English bells, there's Flemish bells.
Which is more frilly.
No, you're
Harp,
thinking of the one with harp.
Yeah, okay.
You're the one thinking of the one with harp.
Okay.
There's just pure English bells. There's Flemish bells. They're just a little different tone. The English bells are
They're the real deal.
kind of pure.
They sound like the real.
The Flemish bells are a little more. We can play it.
Yeah, but to me it was more.
It's kind of cello. But this other thing, that's usually it's Flemish bells with harp, where it gets really flourishing. And then there's a fourth one, which is true cast, which some people really love them. To me, they don't sound real.
Authentic.
They sound like an electronic something. I mean, it's all electronic,
Right,
but it's sampled wave.
So real, the ones we have.
All right. Well, if he's not, we got to get going. So,
Yeah.
for you
Yes.
and the watching audience,
Yes.
are you filming as we speak?
As you speak, no, your faces are not showing. Your hands are showing.
So for all of you at home watching this, when we're not here, we did this yesterday, and Sue is going to actually do some hands-on here, and so we're going to have a lot of patience because she's only seen it once. So I may prompt with a little bit, but otherwise not. Okay, so it starts dark, as you can see, and then you just wake that up, if you remember how to do that.
I missed that beginning part of it.
But you're doing it.
Oh, come on. Aha.
And it will either come up to this thing, or you may get a very basic first. Well, you know what? I'll just cancel so you'll see what it looks like. It could look like that.
Oh.
Depending on how many times you hit it and when you hit it, it might already have gone past this. But obviously, you just hit enter if you come to the front page, and you'll come to what we were just at.
Okay.
The password, do you remember?
Lily or lilac or.
Close. It is something holy. It is the Trinity.
Oh, Trinity.
Trinity 3.
Oh, Trinity.
But capital T.
Oh.
So capital T, and then you got an uncapital, yep.
Trinity.
And the letter.
The number 3?
The number 3.
Okay.
We probably just
Let me
said it
go
wrong.
back.
Yeah. Oh,
I missed
missed
an
one.
I. Oh, jeez. Let me try again.
There you go. 3. I'm sure that will work. Okay, so folks, that takes you to a menu that says Play It Now, Main Library, Scheduling, Player Queue, Create Swings and Tolls, Custom Liturgicals, Manual Swings and Tolls, and Utilities. For the video, I'm going to basically skip over the ones that you will almost never use. I won't even say what they're for. Let's just go with what we will sometimes use. We won't demonstrate it today, but Play It Now simply means exactly that. You can hit Play It Now, choose a song, and it'll play over the outside speaker. So that's great if you like have a Blessing of the Animals and you want to play For All the Beauty of the Earth, but you're not exactly sure when that's going to be, so you can't schedule it. You can't say 10:07. You just want somebody to say, okay, we're at that part of the service, please play that. That's your button, Play It Now.
I see.
Main Library will take you into everything that we have on here, which is, I think, something like 7,000 songs. It's ridiculous. You can add more, but that'll probably do you for a while. Scheduling is what we're going to do mostly today, where we actually set them up to play at various intervals during the day. Right now, and you can change everything, obviously, but right now we have them set up to play every day of the week except Sunday, 9, 12, 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. On Sunday, it's basically the same, but we don't play the 9 because we're in worship. So instead, we set that up to have a peal of the bells, not a song, but just just like you would walk by a church when it's opening up and they're ringing the bells to bring people to service. So we'll go into that a lot. The rest of these I'm not going to talk about because you just will use them almost never. We've had this, 5 years now, 4 years? I don't think I've done any of those. Yeah, I'm not sure I did any of those yet. Maybe some in utilities. So let's go to scheduling, and we're going to show how to set it up for what you're going to play. We'll also, eventually, we won't, not at the beginning, we're just going to do how to schedule it right now. But we'll also get into how to make a playlist. But we're just going to work with the playlist we have first. So we would want to hit weekly schedule, and our hypothetically here is we're in Easter. We're playing an Easter playlist, songs that make sense for this season. Eventually Pentecost is going to come, and we're going to be in a new season, which is the season after Pentecost, or sometimes called ordinary time. We're going to pretend like we're already there, and we want to now program it to stop playing Easter hymns and start playing ordinary time hymns, which are basically the evergreen hymns of the church. So, Sue has correctly hit weekly schedule on in that prior screen, and that brings up this. These were set by us, so you can set them for anything you want. I set, these first ones are obviously beginning of church. This was back when we had an 8 a.m. and a 10 a.m. Now, they're still in there, but you can see there's nothing programmed. So the time will come, and it won't play anything, because I haven't told it to play anything. But if we were to hit, since we're on Sunday, if I were to hit 8:58, we are playing the Sunday Joyous Peal, and it's just a ringing of bells. You probably are not going to change that a whole lot. You might find a peal that you like better, but you don't need to change it seasonally. So we're going to go down to 12 p.m., and we hit that, and it'll tell you that we're playing the Easter. Let's make sure this doesn't fall off while we're doing this. We're playing the Easter playlist. Now, if you want to see, this is important, if you want to see what's in the Easter playlist, you would say, oh, I guess we'd have to do it somewhere else. Never mind. We'll cover that later. If we wanted to change this, we have to do two things. Obviously, we have to delete this playlist, because as long as it's in a list, you could have 5 playlists. They're going to play all those playlists. So we want it to absolutely stop Easter. So we're going to highlight Easter, which it already is, because it's the only one on there. And then we're going to hit what? To delete it.
So we're deleting this playlist? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Delete selection?
That would be correct.
Okay.
Delete selection. We can do it because it's easy to put back.
Are you
Are you
sure?
sure?
Yes.
Yes, but are you sure we want to do it right
Yeah,
now?
we'll put it back.
We'll get
We'll
back.
put it back, and that way everybody can see that too.
Okay, it's gone.
Okay, now 12 o'clock on Sunday is going to come around, and nothing will play. Okay, but we want it to play the playlist that's already created, and we learned yesterday. I didn't call it Season After Pentecost. I called it Ordinary Time. So we're going to go find Ordinary Time. So we want to add a playlist.
So add.
We could add just one song if we wanted. But that means every Sunday it's going to be the exact same song on the exact same time. There could be occasions where that's exactly what you want. But usually we're just playing bells a lot, and we want it to rotate. So that's why we're going to go with a playlist.
So click playlist.
Add playlist. Okay, now it's going to give you a big list. Many of these were pre-programmed. The Ordinary Time was not. I created that one. So we got to find Ordinary Time. It's not on the front page, so we would hit page down until we find that.
Ordinary time.
It's going to be at the end, towards the end, because everything I added is at the end.
Can you scroll it up by touching it?
I don't think so. I think you have to hit page up and
You
page
have to
down.
click.
Page
Okay.
up.
It's on there, actually.
Oh,
There it
ordinary time.
is.
So we hit that. We hit select. And it's now, as of now, you don't have to hit another thing to save it. It's now going to play on Sunday the Ordinary Time playlist at 12 p.m.
So how can we see the ordinary?
It says 12 a.m.
Well, there's two ways you can see.
Oh, I see where it says 12
Yeah.
p.m. Okay.
This is where you add the times, which actually we
Okay.
didn't go over yesterday, so maybe we'll do that at the very end. if you want to see it, there's two different ways. You can hit add song,
Yeah.
and that'll show you what you've got anyway.
Anyways.
But the way it's going to show you, you also need to have some kind of a search. So search by, and you can, if you know the song, say you know, I want to add Amazing Grace to this playlist. Then you can hit title, and it'll have everything in alphabetical order, and you can find it, and you can add it. If you're not sure what you want to add, you can hit genre, and then it'll give you lots of choices. Like if you're making an Easter list, it'll have Easter hymns all show it, and it won't show you the other ones. So that it's a little bit easier to see what you're dealing with. Now we're doing an ordinary time, which almost everything works for ordinary time. So it's a little harder, but hit genre just so we can see it. And it gives you an idea what kinds of things. Advent. Angelus is a particular very high Anglo-Catholic kind of thing. Different classical bagpipes selection. And it does sound really like bagpipes. Gospel hymns on bagpipes. Patriotic selections on bagpipes. Blah, 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 blah. Baroque favorites. Catholic Easter, because sometimes different denominations have ones that they prefer. So you can go there and you can just see a bunch. Contemporary, like a Gaither kinds of things. Christmas, gospel. It's pretty hard to decide what you're going to play if you're just taking one that's evergreen. But just for example, let's do Martin Luther. Let's just see what they think are Martin Luther hymns, because those could be appropriate for anything. Well, of course, "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God." That's the one everybody knows. But that's a great evergreen, so you might want to add that one.
Sure.
When you get into "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God," you'll notice that's listed once, twice, sometimes, like a new song shall be sung, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. The reason is the different kinds of bells. So for "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God," you can play it with Flemish bells and harp, and we'll do that in a second. Or you can play true cast. It's a sound of the bell. But for a new song shall be sung, there's 2 different versions for Flemish. There's Flemish and harp. There's English bells, and there's also the true cast. And then there's true cast traditional and true cast basic. Bunch of things. And you're thinking, well, what do those sound like? Well, it's very easy. Let's take the Flemish one. It's already highlighted. We're going to say audition song right here.
Ooh, we want to hear
And it's going to start playing it inside. That's not going through the upstairs speaker. So you can hear a little bit of flourish. So we'll hit stop auditioning. Let's go down to the second "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God," and here with harp as well. It's even more full because we've got the harp involved. So we'll stop that and let's hear true cast basic.
a little more.
To me, that sounds not
Sword-like.
real. It's almost like it's tinny.
Yeah, tinny for sure.
And you can do that for anything. But let's say we like the Flemish one without harp.
Okay.
We would then say select song.
Select. There it is.
And now, because we didn't change the
Regular, ordinary.
ordinary time, it's still going to be on there though. It's going to play this and it's going to play this as well.
Great.
So let's delete "A Mighty Fortress Is Our God," so we know how to do that. So you have to highlight it. Always starts with highlighting.
It's highlighted.
It's highlighted.
Okay. Delete selection.
Yep. It's going to ask you if you're sure.
Are you sure?
And it's gone.
Okay.
Now we'll change ordinary time back to Easter so we don't forget.
So delete selection. It's
Correct. It's already highlighted. Perfect.
Are you sure? Yes.
Now we're going to add, do we want to add a song or a playlist?
Our Easter playlist.
Playlist. So then we go find our Easter playlist. And I think that's the one. Although let me just go see if I made one down here. Because if I did, it's probably that one. I think maybe I did, but maybe not. No, I don't see. Lent I made, but maybe I didn't make an Easter one. I probably modified the Easter one because I know I went in and looked at it.
Now, if we go back to Easter, which we're going to do, if you added a song, is it on there already?
Not unless you add it to the playlist. We just added it to
the
schedule.
Right.
Okay, so go ahead and select that. All right, so now we're back.
Okay.
Now, one last thing we'll do on scheduling, and then we're going to go look at doing playlists. So let's say that we changed everything, and this is the way I do it because Sunday's a little weird. I set it up on Monday. So if I want to change all these Easters to ordinary time, I do it for 9 a.m., exactly what we just did. I just go down to 12, I do the same thing, go down to 4, do the same thing, 6, do the same thing. Now, let's assume that these are all not Easter now, but ordinary time, and we want it to play the rest of the week ordinary time. We don't want to have one day that's ordinary time, and the rest of the days are still Easter. So we would go to copy days.
Oh, I see your.
And you can actually be anywhere because here's where it's asking you what you want to copy. So that you just changed to Monday, you don't have to be on Monday to do this, just in case you start messing around with something else. So it'll ask you, what do you want to copy on this side, on the left side? We want to copy Monday.
Okay.
So we'd hit Monday, and then where do you want to copy it to? You can actually, you don't have to do this one at a time. You can do them all.
All the same.
Just make sure they really highlight. Oh, Monday's the one we're starting with. That's why. Now, you could do Sunday. If you do that, you're going to have to go back in and change the peel.
Right.
So I don't do that. I do Monday and get everything but Sunday done. And all you would hit, we're not going to do it because there's nothing really to copy at this point.
Sure.
We'd hit copy now, and it'll ask you over and over, do you really want to go, do you want to overwrite Tuesday? You say yes. It'll ask you, do you want to overwrite Wednesday? Yes. It'll ask you all the way through. Once it's done getting you to confirm, yeah, I really do want to, because it's going to wipe out everything that you had on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it's going to put Monday. So if you had different times as well, it's going to change all those too, because it's really copying whatever you had,
Okay.
not just what's like different or something. So we would hit that, and we would be done. Then we'd have to go back. There's always a go back sign. And we would go to Sunday and just change. I would do it this way. I'd change it manually because I don't like to have to change the peel every time. So I just go into 12, 4, and 6 and change those to ordinary time.
To copy?
And you don't have to copy it because
okay.
you've already copied Monday to all of these other days. You've copied Monday to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Monday through Saturday is set. Then you go back to Sunday and just change 12, 4, and 6. And then you don't have to keep changing, because I found it sort of a little difficult to go find that peel again. Which one did I mean? It was easy for you to remember, 12, I want the Easter or the ordinary or the Advent or the whatever playlist. It's easier for me to remember. So that's everything there is to do with scheduling, really.
Okay.
Now we're going to do playlist. So when you're on you can be on weekly schedule. It's a great place to come, and you can say, actually, no, I don't think you can. Let me just play with this for a second. I don't think you can. I think you have to. Yeah, you have to be on main library.
Main library.
So for creating and playing with playlists, it's best place to go, main libraries. Go ahead and hit that.
Okay.
And then it's going to give you all kinds of choices. Now, we could just view the existing playlists. We could say we know we don't have what we want, so we'll create a new playlist. A little harder because you're starting from scratch. I think it's easier to go view the ones we've got and go, do I like this one already? Say we've never done Advent. You could look at the Advent one and go, I like all these, but I want these 3 others also. Much easier to bring up the one that's got 6 or 7 on there and add 3 and maybe delete one you don't like than to just go in and create one with 9 songs from scratch. It's just a matter of time. It's not hard, but why go through extra time? So let's view the existing playlists.
Okay.
Because we want to say, let's look at Advent and see if we like it. So we'll go Advent. And then there's very few choices. Most times when you say delete, when you're scheduling, that just means, like we've been doing up until this point, that only means from the schedule.
Right.
But now we're in the main library.
Yeah, we don't want to delete.
You hit delete here, and that playlist is gone.
Oh, goodness.
The songs aren't gone because we're on playlists. The playlist is gone. So you'd have to recreate Advent.
I see.
Not fun. So let's hit details and audition,
Okay.
and that'll tell you everything that's in it. So we have "O Come Emmanuel," "Christ Whose Glory Fills the Skies," all the way down to number 13. Now let's say we don't like "Hail to the Lord's Anointed."
Okay.
So we love everything else. So all we have to do to change this is delete one song. So we would, what do we start with?
Highlights.
Always start with highlight. And then we'd hit, and let's not actually do it.
No, delete selected.
Delete selected song. It's going to do just like it did in scheduling. It's going to ask you, do you really want to do that? And if you say yes, you've created a new playlist. That's the old one with just one less song.
Okay.
Likewise, oh, I love all of these, but I want to add a song.
Add song.
Add songs. Easy.
Yep.
And here's where you can go back to search by what? Well, was it that you knew an Advent hymn that you wanted to add? Well, then you probably go in by title because you can find it very quickly.
Okay.
If it's, I just feel like we don't have enough Advent songs, then we might search by genre. So go ahead and search by genre.
Okay. Search by.
Yeah, and then it'll give you choices. And then you can go to, well, it's the first one. It's already highlighted. Advent.
So it's already highlighted.
Right. So I think you have to hit it again.
Oh, there's all the. I see. Okay.
And then it shows you all of them. Not only does it show you all of them, but if you look at this little check mark, probably hard on the video, but easier in real life. As with Gladness Men of Old, with English and harp is already on there. It's checked. So that's just easy because yours truly, before he really keyed in on that, was adding stuff he already added. And then I'd look at my playlist and I'd go, oh, I got that 4 times. You know, not 4 times, but twice.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go and delete them.
Oh.
You know, delete the extra one. Otherwise, it's fine to have the same song on there 5 times, but it'll play it 5 times as much as everything else. So unless you love that song, you don't necessarily want it listed 5 times. Anyway, so it's easy. Like if we wanted to add, let's go for one we don't have in there. We have Hark Thrilling. Lift up your heads, ye mighty gates. I wonder if we have that. Yeah, we have that. Who knows? All right, say we didn't have Lo, he comes with the clouds ascending, but we like this version. You just hit that and say, is there select song?
Select. Okay.
But we're not
We'll
going
leave
to.
it.
Okay.
All right, so that's we can go back just to kind of look at this again. So back at the library menu, you can also create a new list just to show you what that is going to look like. Oh yeah, because you got to name it. We'll just name it test. Okay, and now you got your same ad songs.
Oh.
So again, you can search by title, you can search by whatever. You know, you might want to do this. You might want to do this for, say you start celebrating all the Marian holidays because we're Church of St.Mary's, and we have the Annunciation Day, and we have a service for that, and we have visitation, et cetera, et cetera. You might want one that's all Marian hymns that you play, you know, at noon on the day. Kind of alerts people that we're on a special Marian day. Yeah, you could create one of those, or you could do there already is one, but you could do a patriotic. Play it on all of the holidays like 4th of July, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and the way you do that is, I'm going to go back. I won't go through it all. You have not saying that. Yeah, I want to abandon. Okay. So the way you do that is you go to still scheduling, but I think there's special events schedule.
Special events.
That will play a certain day and time for a special event and are then deleted if you want it to be deleted, or You can go into yearly schedule. There's a lot of ways you can go
Wow.
and create a just these days that's not weekly. You'll use weekly 95% of the time. But just know in the back of your minds, you have the ability to create. That's why I don't think it's worth doing it on the video. But you have that capability. You also have the capability of having your organist or pianist, or trumpet, or anything,
Yeah.
to record something as a MIDI file. It has to be a MIDI file. That can be then loaded in here. So if you want your own musician's version of whatever, or maybe there is no other version, maybe they wrote it, you could have it loaded in here, and it can be just one of the songs that you play.
Okay. Cool.
That's the
enough.
biggest overview. You know, that's all the main things. You can change the times, and you just do that the same way you changed the songs.
No, with the
You
time
delete
change.
time. It will do the time change on its own.
Oh, great. Okay. That's good.
But you can delete a time. Say you don't want it to play at 12 noon anymore. You can delete time, and you can add time. Just like you did for songs, you just read the prompts, and it'll tell you how to add those. But it's done exactly the same way as adding or deleting songs.
Great.
Lovely.
Shall we go to prayer?
Uh,
Or is it too late?
I